You know, this is probably the last night that I'm going to spend in San Francisco for quite some time. It is an absolutely beautiful evening out right now, guys. I decided to just go downtown and embrace my last night here in San Francisco. I'm right on the Embarcadero. I think I might even pop the top. Before continuing on, I want to give a special thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. If you follow the link in the description below, the first 500 people to click that link will get 2 free months of a subscription to Skillshare. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, though, later in this video. Just feel like I've really been lacking the quality pop-top time over the past couple of weeks. Like, I don't even think I've used the pop-top at all, and this is definitely probably the busiest street in San Francisco, one of the busiest streets, and there are going to be a lot of people driving by over the next few hours and a lot of people walking by as well. I'm not really worried about like a police officer having a problem with it. I don't think that'll be an issue, and if it is, then I'll just put it down and I'll move on my way. But I really just am concerned that there's just going to be so many people walking by and it's going to cause a big scene. But at the same time, I want to be really comfortable while I'm cooking up dinner here and hanging out over the next couple hours, and I paid to park here, so I think I'm just gonna go for it. So it's definitely going to be a little bit louder with the top popped here with all the road noise and everything like that, but it's also a lot cooler in here, like automatically. The second that I opened the windows, it was getting really, really hot. I think today was probably one of the warmest days of the year so far in San Francisco. I've been meaning to transfer those spices over for like the past 2 weeks at this point, but this has got to be my favorite addition to the van right here. I basically just replaced the old splash guard with this piece of stainless and cut it to size using my jigsaw, and then we have these little magnetic spice jars here. There's like little strong magnets on the other side, and they stick up really, really well. They didn't fall at all for the last 2 weeks. I've had them up there without any spices in them, so hopefully the added weight won't make them fall. I think they're going to be pretty good though, and I just really like how it looks. I think that it kind of gives a nice look. I love how light reflects off of the stainless there. Dinner tonight is really, really simple. I just cut up an onion and sauteed it, and then I added this like pre-made Indian chana masala to it, and then I'm also gonna make some frozen naan that I have in the freezer right now and just heat that up, and then so basically just eat this over naan. Should be pretty delicious. May not look good, but it tastes pretty awesome, especially when you dip the naan in it. This is Trader Joe's frozen naan here, and this is actually the second time I've had it in the last 2 days. So it turns out this spot here on the Embarcadero is actually a really good spot to pop the top. I don't know why I haven't been doing this a lot longer and more often. I've always just been kind of scared that there's so many people walking by and stuff that someone was going to give me trouble. But a couple police cars have driven by. They haven't said anything. I've seen meter maids going by and checking the meters here, and they haven't said anything either. And, you know, there are people walking by. They definitely double take and they look at it, but nobody really cares. You know, no one really seems to care. And a lot of people don't even notice it at all. I did talk to a couple of guys. Like, people, when they see me out taking pictures by the van, they get curious if they're interested in campers, and they want to know about the pop top because there's just not that many NV200 pop tops out there. So I think it's kind of cool, and I don't mind talking about it. I love talking about my van, so totally awesome, and it's been a really good experience. I think I'm going to start doing this more often whenever I come back to San Francisco. The only downside of parking here is that you do have to pay in order to do it, and they collect all the way until like 11 p.m. So it's only like $1.75 an hour though, and I feel like it's worth it every once in a great while to pay that for a few hours and be able to hang out like I did, cook up dinner, walk around, you know, staying close to the van but walking around a little bit and taking some pictures and video and being right in the heart of the city. It just feels pretty cool. So I've recently been working on a course on Skillshare. Like I said earlier in the video, this video is sponsored by Skillshare. And for those of you that don't know, Skillshare is basically an online learning community where they have a bunch of different lessons and courses that you can take with all kind of different skills. So everything from video editing to photography and everything in between that, graphic design. The one I've been working on is actually graphic design. I've been wanting to get better at using Adobe Illustrator. The course is taught by Aaron Draplin, and it's basically just like intro to logo design, and he has you do this really interesting task where you have to like create like a family crest kind of thing and go through the workflow, and he kind of shares how he approaches a project like this. So like basically what he would do to do research and kind of brainstorm and come up with the best logo. I don't know, I thought it was really neat to hear from a graphic designer and kind of learn a little bit about Illustrator in the process and just getting better at working with it. So there's a whole bunch of things that you could do though, guys. There's a lot of great courses on there, and like I said earlier, the first 500 people to click the link in the description below will get 2 months for free of Skillshare, a subscription to Skillshare, and then after that it's only about $10 a month. So we definitely recommend checking them out, and thank you again Skillshare for sponsoring this video. I think I'm about ready to call it a night at this point, guys. It's not that late, but I am absolutely exhausted. I'm gonna head somewhere a little quieter. I kind of want to wake up and hang out by the beach tomorrow morning, maybe Crissy Field or something like that. Hopefully it's as nice of a day tomorrow as it was all day today. This might be one of my favorite stealth camping spots in the city here. It's usually really quiet. This morning's a little different. There's a couple of construction workers having a loud conversation right outside my van. I think they're holding this spot here for someone else to come park in. But the view of the bay from atop this hill here is something else. I feel like over the past few months here, San Francisco has been getting kind of a bad rap on my channel, just with the whole break-in experience that I had and then the break-ins in Shannon's van. And I do try to share those things because they are part of van life, right? They're part of my life as I'm living out of a van, especially in an urban environment like this, and something that does happen. I'm definitely not denying that there's not a ton of problems here in San Francisco with crime and homelessness and everything else that's going on. But at the same time, I really do hate that making my videos and sharing my experiences here also probably discourages a lot of people from coming to the city, especially people that have never seen it before. There's no denying that this is one of the most beautiful places on the planet. I mean, look at it. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I've been trying to show that a little bit here in this video, and I just hate that everything that's going on, all the negativity that surrounds it right now, is probably discouraging people from visiting. I'm gonna miss San Francisco. You know, I really do think that this is a special place and maybe one of my favorite cities in the United States. And you know, I guess it kind of is what it is, though, despite all the crazy negativity and everything like that that's going on right now. I do really enjoy hanging out here, and I will miss it. You know, my plan is to head north of here. I'm going to head up to Sebastopol to do some work with GTRV for a couple of days, take some photos and stuff for their Instagram, stuff that I've been doing for them for the past few months. And then after that, I'm going to head up further north, I think, with Shannon. We're going to do a little camping trip, and that'll be part of the next video. And then after that, I'm planning to head south, and I'm going to come back down to like San Diego area, probably even go out to the desert. I might head out to Arizona as well, depending on how the weather is in the next couple of weeks. You know, I'm not quite ready to get back in the water and surf just yet, but I feel like I'm getting close, guys. I feel like I'm starting to make progress. You know, I'm able to sleep on my sides now and you know, move around a little bit easier, and I'm not in too much pain. So it's definitely slowly getting better. I think in a couple of weeks I will be ready to give it a try and try to paddle out and get some waves. So looking forward to that as well. Like I said, that's all going to be part of the next few videos, though. Before ending the vlog, I do have a few new Patreon pledges to thank as well. Jeff Wag, Roberta M. Crook, Nick Davis, and Hung Gwen. Thank you guys so much for joining the Patreon team. I can't thank you all enough for your support of the channel. And thanks for watching. I'll talk to you all in the next video.